I got a big fat social sticker rolled up in my pocket. Got a 7-inch trigger finger, don't know how to stop it. Got a one-way pile driver, nowhere left to use it. I'm a supercharged freedom fighter, and I'm giving it all. I got a kinetic peacemaker, know you wanna shoot it. A pretty dream maker, gotta find some place to put it. Got a big fat social sticker rolled up in my pocket. Got a genuine mother maker, and I'm giving it all. Charge freedom fighter, and I'm giving it all to you, giving it all to you, giving it all to you.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, cats and kittens, welcome to the dark side of the podcast. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. The podcast, your home for rational crypto news and objectivity, leaving emotion at the door and talking about what we like, why we like it, and where we see it going. We are not offering financial advice. We are telling you what we do, and that is all. We don't slow down. We don't let up. Full speed is our only speed. I'm your host, Scott, pragmatic investor who is won and lost fortunes. And joining me, as always, is the greatest producer of all time, Belle. How are you doing tonight, Belle?
You know, it's been a fantastic day, so I'm doing well. How are you tonight, Scott?
Oh, I'm fantastic. You got an internet connection problem because your screen was just holding up a little bit, and that's great to happen on the night that we debut our the new blockchain that we introduced the new app tonight. So that's perfect. Here at the podcast, we have a tendency to talk about what others are not talking about and bringing the focus onto use case cryptos, because as we know, these are what drive the market and bring innovation to a world that desperately needs it. The status quo, it's no longer acceptable. It's time for a technological revolution. Welcome to crypto, and welcome to the podcast. And again, thank you. I got to pull up the bell frame. Yeah, it's it has you scaled down and you're hanging up a little bit. So this is great. The night we debut the app. By the way, guys, what you're looking at here is a product that Bell and I are developing. We're not actually developing. We're paying people to develop it on our behalf. And what it is it's a simple video conferencing app, but it operates behind a wallet. So because it operates behind a wallet, then it is a secure and private video conferencing app using Jackal as the native storage layer. So we've been kicking this idea around for a while, and we finally went out and found us a developer or two, and we're paying them, and they're building it for us. So we're currently still in feature mode right now, so we're trying to add figure out what all we want to add to it. But basic functionality is in place, and forgive the video quality right there. That's a Bell thing. That's not a us thing, unless I happen to have this thing set on. Again, guys, it's a new app, so I might very well have had this thing set on SD. So I'm going to change it over to HD and see if that actually cleans it up. I don't know. Like I said, it's still very, very early in our development process. But trust me, it's going to be coming soon. So next week we should have the wallet integration should be in place. So after that, and we're going with Leap Wallet as opposed to Kepler, simply because Leap is going to be mobile much quicker than Kepler will. That's really all it comes down to. And Kepler 2.0 sucks. Oh my God, it is awful trying to deal with that wallet. So when your development team does you wrong, look for an alternative, and we landed with Leap. So we're going to be over on Leap. It's all going to be set up over there. Now, we're doing something a little different with this one, man. We're going to leave it up to the consumer, all right? It's going to be completely up to you guys. I've been on just a tirade lately. Apps, not chains. This is what we need. Consumer apps, not chains. Now, we're under no illusions that we will actually be profitable on this. I'm falling on my sword as far as cost. Got to pay these guys. All right, I can't build a token and have people start buying the token and let you fund development. Doesn't work that way. The way it works for a consumer app is that I fund the development. It comes out of my own pocket, and after that, I have to get people to use it. I mean, almost like, I don't know, Bill, what do you call that? A business, almost like a traditional business. So the good part is that I'm absolutely beholden to nobody except the consumer. That's it. And it's not one of those things that, it's going to bleed off, it's going to die, it's going to rug. We're not doing an altar here, all right? We are personally funding it. Nobody else is funding it. It's not going to be tokenized. It's none of those things. It is simply a blockchain app that is going to be built on top of Jackal, and anybody up here is welcome to use it. So we're expecting to have beta ready maybe, 2 weeks, Bell, something like that?
We'll say 2 weeks on the outside.
Oh, God, it's freezing up. Should we change to Zoom real quick? Because I don't know if it's not the app. The app was working great. I mean, and literally it was working fine. I think it's scaling down due to bandwidth issues. But you know what? I don't care. You know what? It works well enough. We're paying for it, even if we can't boat it tonight, we can at least show basic functionality, and that's all we're trying to do out of this. So we're excited about it. We're excited about the opportunity, and just to put something out and actually put my money where my mouth is, and that's all we're trying to do here, is show that this is the way forward for crypto. This is the way forward, or the way it should be. People are still going to be just spitting out, belching out bullshit L1s, and just other silly little money scams are going to do it. It's crypto, and this is what we do. But It's consumer apps. That's what's going to change everything. That's what's going to bring it to the rest of the world is consumer apps. So in this case, we are going to leave it up to the consumer. It's your choice. If you want to have the privacy element of it, get behind your wallet. Just log into your wallet, then log into the app. Boom, you're private. If you don't want the privacy element, you don't care, just log into the app. Now, unfortunately, because there is a storage layer on this one, it is going to include the 1 terabyte of storage for all of your recordings or anything that you might want to save on there. We're going to have to charge you $8 a month. You know why? Because Jackal charges $8 a month. And because we are going to, for the people who don't want to do peer-to-peer, we are going to set up a back end for it. Now, it's going to be up to you if you want to use it or not, but we're going to stand it up on a cache. So we're going to have to hit people up for an extra $1. So the app's going to end up being $9 a month as opposed to $8. You get unlimited usage. Knock yourselves out. There's no bandwidth charge. There's no throttling. There's nothing like that. Go ahead and knock yourself out, but we're going to hit you up for $9 a month. And I understand that they may sound pricey, but Zoom is $17.50. For the same features and the same everything that we're going to be offering, but they are effectively twice as much as we are. Again, I'm not under any illusions that people are going to use it. We're just doing it to show that this is the way that we see the blockchain world. This is the way that we see blockchain technology. This is the way that we see privacy. It's up to you. You don't care. You want your stuff. If you're really indifferent to it, then no, we're probably not the way. But if you are an idealist like me, then yeah, I think we'd be a real nice fit for you guys. So that's it. I really wish it was working better. I can see it, Bell. It's just kind of hanging up there. Now we do have this on render right now. It's not on our own back end yet. It didn't need it, so it's just sitting out there on render. So we're going to have some quality issues, but functionally it works great, and the audio is tip top. Bell, go ahead and say something.
Again, apologies for the video lag, guys. I'm not sure what's going on. I did actually check my internet connection and it's running tip top, so no idea.
Well, it's render then. Now, I guess you could kind of see it as a good thing here is the fact that we don't get a big audience. So nobody's going to know that our initial rollout of this just bit. No one's going to be able to catch it, man.
You know what? I've seen worse rollouts. Let's be honest. I've seen worse rollouts. So we're doing better.
We're doing something. At least the audio works. That's all I can say on that is at least the audio works. But we're building something different here. And it's, you know what? Either way, man, I'm proud of it. I'm proud of the fact that it works, and it's going to work better. We're going to get a whole lot of stuff in there. I'm not asking you for money, guys. I don't care. If you want to use it, it's there. If you don't. Again, it's just for us. It's my own personal hubris that is going to keep me pouring money into something like this, come hell or high water, because honestly, I want it. All right, we broadcast. This is what we do. We talk about blockchain products. We talk about decentralization. We talk about the DeFi, and we're using Zoom, the most centralized video conferencing app known to man. And that's what we're using. We just can't do it anymore. I understand our overhead is high enough on this show, considering the amount of money we make. It's a net loser month over month, but you got to walk the walk, man. I'm sorry, you have to walk the talk. And I've been talking this up for so long, and it's just way past time that we walk it. And here it is. Again, wish it was a better rollout. But you know what? The fun thing is that if you guys join us on the next stream, and after I get Chi and shake him up a little bit and tell him, you know what, you fix this, all right, dude, whatever. Here, look, I'll make it rain Ethereum on you, but we need this functioning the way it was functioning when we tested it 2 hours ago. So we needed functioning just like that. So fix it. It'll be a fun conversation anyway. So, all right, Belle, real quick, do we got anything? Because I do got some more stuff I want to monologue about. Do we got anybody tonight? I can't even tell.
We do have a few people tonight. Yes, we've got Stephen Douglas, who chimed in during the intro song saying, now there's something I can play along to.
That's a great song. It's by a band called Seven Horse, and it's a two-man band. There's a guitarist and there's a drummer/singer. So it's a two-man band. You got to admit, man, you're not going to have a whole lot of creative differences in a band when there's only two of you, because you know you just started it for shits and grins. You got a couple hit songs. They ended up in movies. And next thing you know, you're the great and powerful Seven Horse. But yeah, just they got some catchy songs. And yeah, man, I'm a big fan. Belle, carry on.
And Fair Daddy chiming in saying, if only you had an AV guy.
It's not an AV issue here, dude. It's a development issue. Every bit of this is bespoke. All right, none of this is copy pasted. We didn't just go out and grab something open source and change up anything. He is literally building this from the ground up, because we cannot have anybody's error or anybody's microscope or anybody's backdoor that may or may not exist in a open source project. We simply can't have it. We're offering this as truly encrypted private end-to-end communication. All right, and this is going to include video. It's going to include chat. It's going to include everything. And we can't have the least little bit of a chance that somebody might have dropped a little bug in their open source code. So we can't use it. Everything's got to be bespoke. That's from the top down. The fact that this kid even made this thing functional, I mean, the fact that we could test it, I'm shocked that he's even gotten this far in this short of a time. But yeah, going forward, Fair Daddy, you definitely need to hook up with Bell and start adding in different features that we're going to need on this thing, because again, it's bespoke and we want to keep it we need to keep it that way. So if you have a different idea as far as an AV standpoint, what we should be putting in here, do let us know. We're going to talk about crypto, guys. All right, we're going to talk about money. You got to let me have my hobbies here. All right, let me have my hobby, because we're building something. We're not just talking it, and it's costing me bunches of money for us to build this thing. Carry on, Bell.
All right, an old man, the CIA is going to love this.
CIA right here. All right, that's what I got. If you want in, crack the code. All right, crack the AE256 encryption. If you want in and you want to see what's going on here, knock yourself out. If you could have cracked it, you would have built it. So the fact that this simply doesn't exist anywhere tells me that you don't know how to do it. So I'm not too concerned about the CIA, but what I'm incredibly concerned about is that people's private discussions, people's private conferences, people's private everything should remain exactly that, private. No part of this is going to be open to the public unless you choose to make it open to the public. If you don't, whatever is said between me and old man when you're on this app is going to stay on this app in between those two people. And any recordings that are made are going to be natively dropped into Jackal. And again, the $8 is to pay for the storage, man. I can't get it for you for free, and I'm not going to pay for all of it. So $8, $9, an extra $1 for the back end. We ain't making shit on this. It's not the point. The point is bringing something new into the world. That's what we're doing. And yeah, the CIA, I'm not too terribly worried about that, man. You know what? And I'm even less worried now. Did you guys see this? Let me show you this real quick. At my request, Aaron put something. Aaron is the front end developer for Jackal. I'm sure you guys are familiar with Aaron. He's been on the show a couple times. He's all over the Discord. He puts a feature in Jackal for me that I asked for exactly what old man just said. Worried about the CIA. This is the feature that he put in for me. So the big bug in all of this, the big bugaboo, the big glaring vulnerability to anything having to do with Jackal storage is your personal computer. That is the gateway in. For anything that's up here, for anything that exists here, the issue is your personal computer. Because if they can get that, and they're going to seize it if they want it, and if they can somehow work out a silly password, because that's the only thing that's backing up your wallet, they have access to anything that you might put up here. So I had asked Aaron if he could put in a nuke button for me. And he said, you bet I can. So if you come over here and you go to settings, you see this right here where it says danger? Do you see where it says purge storage account? If you click that button, Anything you have uploaded, any bit of data that's associated with that wallet will be purged from the system. It's gone. It's gone. You hit the button and off it goes, just like that. I tried this. I made up a new account and I tried it just to see what would happen. And Aaron was on the we were we were in the den on the Jackal Discord, and I hit the button. It doesn't prompt you, man. It doesn't do one of those, are you sure you want to delete everything? It doesn't do that. You hit that button and it's gone. If you accidentally hit it, then you got a problem. So he's revisiting that. I asked him for the "Are you sure" button, and he's going to put that in. And I think it should be "Are you sure?" and "Are you really sure? Are you sure you wanted to?" Let's be clear here, guys. If you hit the big shiny red button, any data you have up there is gone. Absolutely gone. So, yeah, that's the Aaron is taking the CIA approach. He did it at my request. I'm so glad he put that button in. I love the button, by the way. I love the button. Give me that button. So when the CIA is knocking on your door and you know they're coming and they're going to be, getting out that big ass stick to bash your door down, you come out of here, old man, you get out. You got time to come in here, dude, log in and hit the shiny red button and then just give him the computer. Say, here you go, man, knock yourself out. Go for it. All right, carry on, Bill.
Why am I getting the mental image of Groot? Little baby Groot. No, don't push the button. No.
Yeah,
Don't push the
Guardians
button.
too.
Yeah. Why
I
am I
don't
getting that mental image?
I don't blame him, man. I want to push the button. We all want to push the damn button. Somebody over here is going to push the button. And by the way, guys, right there, if you don't know how to get to the button, I shouldn't even be showing. Most people won't even check this. The button is just go to the home and go to settings, and there's the button. That's it. All right. This is not hard to get to. I bet if I asked Nice, he'd put it on the homepage. I bet right here he'd put that box right next to the secret airdrop that says purge. Just a big atomic bomb, and it just says purge. So I bet if I asked Nice, he'd put it there. I don't think he will, because that's a scary button, man. That's a scary thought, because people are going to come out and they're going to ask, well, we need a button like that. You know why we need a button like that. It's clear why we need a button like that. But I just want to use it to illustrate that the Jackal devs certainly listen. If you want the big, shiny, red nuke it button, yeah, here's your button. It's just not that hard to do. Yeah, man, it's kind of tipped up. All right, Belle, one more, then we got to go to break.
All right. And yeah, we've got several comments about the app that we're using, as well as the Mountain Doom button.
The Mountain.
Yeah. We've got Black Tornado saying, I love actual products. We've got Old Man saying regarding the Mount Doom button, that's awesome. Gustav Smith is saying winner, and Fair Daddy is going, love that.
I'm telling you, man, look, when you're building, you guys got to keep in mind, man, Jackal's a consumer chain, all right? They're a consumer chain because they're offering a consumer product. Data storage. Who doesn't need data storage? Private data storage. Who doesn't need private data storage? Nobody else will ever be in your business data storage. I think that should be the way it is by default, but it isn't. We got Amazon Web, we got Microsoft, Google, yeah. We have all of that, and I assure you, when you upload anything to the cloud, they have a copy of it. Ask me how I know specifically, because I've been working in these things for 25 damn years. I know what they do. So they are, for all intents and purposes, I mean, they are a consumer app chain. They just don't have the apps on there yet. Why is Jackal price hurting? Don't have the apps on there yet. What are people doing? They don't have the apps on there yet, but the apps are coming. How do I know? Because we're building 2 of them. And the third one is in the pipeline, man. But Daddy's got to make some money first, guys. If you think development is cheap, it isn't. And anybody wants to invest, hit up Belle. She'll start selling shares. We'd have to do it that way, because we're not going to tokenize the thing. However, we will be integrating Cosmos Pay for people who would like to pay with just with cryptocurrency. But we're also going to try to integrate Cato on it for people who just want to pay cash. Look, man, I'm not telling you your business. Understand that if you're paying cash for it, it's a KYC element. All right, you got to give the who, what, when, where, why, and how. But here is the but. Once you're behind the wallet, doesn't matter if I know you. Doesn't matter if we have any of that because there's dick we can do once you're behind the wallet. It is what it is. It's a beautiful thing. All right, Belle, we have to go to break, but before we do, I have to talk about a brand new sponsor that we have to the show. As you know, we don't get paid to do this. Even Gustav doesn't even tip us anymore, man. We are on our ass, and we're shelling out lots of money. So I had to have Belle go far and wide to find us new sponsors. And she did, and this one happens to be my personal favorite. So if you don't mind, they give us money, but we have to do the reads for them. So if you guys will give me just a minute, I'd like to say to you, greetings, Podocasters. Huh? Are you like me? Do you really, really get a hankering for shoe leather whiskey, but you're not sure which one you should get? Is the subtle aroma and the painful burn missing in your life? Do you wish, looking at you, old man, do you wish there was a name brand shoe leather whiskey that you could enjoy on the way to the hospital? Well, friends, now there is, and it's called Uncle Milt's Old Shoe Leather Whiskey. You see, friends. It's so stupid. You see, friends, most traditional shoe leather whiskeys are made in the traditional manner, in a sterile environment, with barrels that will create something that is safe for human consumption. But not Uncle Milt's. Uncle Milt's is made the old-fashioned way, hobo style, and strained through an old stocking. That is the traditional shoe leather whiskey, and it is as legal as you want it to be. So what are you waiting for, friends? What are you waiting for? Start rebuilding your natural immune system with Uncle Milt's Old Shoe Leather Whiskey, and it's available places, but mostly out of the trunk of my car after the show. What I'm saying, Podocasters, is live on the wild side again with Uncle Milt's Old Shoe Leather Whiskey and announce to the world that you do not care what they think about you. Guys, buy it now. We will be right back. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, cats and kittens, welcome back to the podcast. Thank you. I'm going to leave it up to the audience on this one because we're a family show and we are here for you guys. So we're going to leave it up to the audience. Belle asked me during the break if we should switch to Zoom so that her video is clear. So, guys, look, we're on a borrowed back end right now. That's really all it comes down to. But the fact that we even have basic functionality, I don't really care about the video lag, but if it bothers you guys that much, we will move over to a centralized alternative until we can get this sorted out. But I think the audio is good enough, and I would rather use something that we made, even if it's operating like ass right now. I would still rather use our product than effectively ask permission to use somebody else's. But we will leave it up to you guys. If it's bothering you that much, we'll take a short break. We'll fire up a Zoom meeting, and we'll bring you back with workable video on Belle's end. But for me, I'm tired of asking permission. I'm tired of all of my business being exposed to the entire world, meaning centralized data center. You understand that what happens if you use a Zoom call, right? You guys do understand what's happening on that. Every bit of this is piped through a central depository, and it's recorded, it's backed up, it's stored. There is not even the illusion of privacy on this. So I can deal with it if you guys can deal with it, but I'll certainly leave it up to you. And if you're on the fence about what you should do, have you heard of Uncle Milt's old shoe leather whiskey? Guys, look, man, this is it. This is the bullet train to a coma. I mean, if you're gonna go with Uncle Milt. That's what I'm saying there. And if Leenson's watching, give me an icon. Build me an icon for Uncle Milt's old shoe leather whiskey. I love that. Belle, do we got anything, or should we actually start talking about some money? Because I can do that too.
We've got a few actually. So two chiming in before the break saying if you let the blockchain peoples know that there is a blockchain based alternative to Zoom, they may support it just because of that alone.
Yeah, I would think so, but right now there's a blockchain solution to YouTube, and nobody uses it. So I understand where you're going with that, Toot, and we are going to offer it up to anybody who does what we do. We're going to offer it up to them free of charge. I'll pay for it. It's not the point of us trying to make money. It's the point of all of us that are involved in blockchain should be supporting and using blockchain products, particularly consumer products like this. If you're not, what are you doing here? I understand. Let's all get rich. Let's all be mercenary capital and let's all get rich in crypto by burying other people underneath us. But it doesn't have to be that way. That's the thing, guys. It doesn't have to be that way. If you have the right products and you build the right products and you generate external income that's coming onto your chain of choice where you happen to build it, then you don't have to go so goddamn Gordon Gecko on any late investor to this product. You don't have to bury them. So if you have a good, sound business strategy and you're a monetized app, that means you are bringing value to your chain. And that's the way to do it. So no, I mean, we'll put it out there. We'll offer it up to anybody. I don't care. It's really not about the money for me, man. It's about the principle. But there's already a alternative to doing YouTube, and nobody's even entertained that. So as far as we know, and we look, Belle and I spend a lot of time looking. We can broadcast from a cache. Do this very show from a cache. You guys remember and you saw it. But nobody cared. Nobody came along. We couldn't get out the our crowd is just not large enough to even remotely support it. But there are plenty of streamers out there that do have these large crowds. They can be over on streaming via blockchain. They could be doing that right this very second. And nobody is. So it makes me start to wonder how much my idealism is truly going to cost me. That's really where it comes down to. We still have the server. I'm still paying $170 a month for the cache server because it supports a friend of ours as well. But there was just no interest in it. I mean, just none. I couldn't even get Greg, who will go on virtually any show. I couldn't even get him on my show to talk about a cache on a cache streaming server. He just no interest. So I'm like, I'm not really. Sometimes it confuses me, but I do appreciate where you're at, Toot. And yeah, I mean, we're gonna put it out for anybody. You guys want to use it, use it. If you're broadcasting and using Zoom and talking about blockchain and decentralization and privacy, what the hell are you doing it on Zoom for, man? It makes no sense to us, and it pissed me off. So we said, fuck it, we'll build our own. Carry on, Belle.
All right, G Torres. Scott, when did Jackal get on the Shade decks? Any idea about what the actual APR is?
Let me see what you're talking about here. Hang on, let's refresh. Jackal's been having a nice little day, so I don't know. Oh, are we talking about that pool right there? Are we talking about the Silk Jackal pool? No, I don't know. I think it went up a few days ago. I was talking to Carter and Jeremy, and they said that they were going to offer it. I have no idea what the APR is going to be, guys. I see that right there. But it's a big fat pool, so those who are looking for an affordable swap, if you're looking to buy Jackal, that's first place that I would go. And you guys, we really haven't talked about Shade a whole hell of a lot here. Again, I'll leave it up to you guys. It is a Saturday. It's kind of a fun day, but if you want to take a deep dive into Shade, I'm happy to do it. They did something really, really cool over there, and that's the one-click onboarding. Secret is tough. Secret is double tough. It's Emery and I have talked about this a lot, and it's a it's a troglodyte chain for the true troglodytes. Those are the people like me, the true idealists who would rather lose money. But maintain their moral fiber than branch out into some of the more visible areas of it. So I respect the folks that are over there. I really do. But it's always been a real difficult chain to get around on secret, man. You got to do this, then you got to wrap, then you got to bridge, and yeah. And there's just a lot of points of vulnerability in there. But Shade actually did it, man. I mean, they actually kind of cracked that nut with a simple one-click onboarding. I mean, you guys watched us interview when we interviewed Carter. Let me see. How can I actually show this better? Okay, let's go over to swap and see if I happen to have any Atom in here. We'll go Silk. No, I don't have that. I need raw Atom. They don't really have any raw Atom pools over here. Okay, we'll use that one. So I have 25 Atom that are sitting here loose. You guys can see it right there. Now, this is what they did. All right, so this is the bridge, Shade, app.shadeprotocol.io, bridge. So if you come over here to the bridge, and I want to bridge from Cosmos to Secret. So it can read my wallet, sees that I have 986 Secret that are sitting there in my wallet doing nothing. So if I want to bridge over to here, before you had to move the money to Secret, then you had to take the money and then you had to wrap it, and then you had to move it from a wrap position over to something like Sienna or Secret Swap. You guys remember that? Does that piss anybody else off, by the way, Secret Swap? But it was a lot of work getting money moved around here. And here's what they did. So if I want to bridge right now, I have that in my Cosmos wallet, the same as anybody else, and I hit the bridge. So when I'm saying it's a one-click to get your money from wherever it is to where you need it to be on Shade, it literally is one click. Now, it's a longer bridge because you have to keep in mind what's happening here. All right, this token right here is basically being scrubbed off the ledger, and it's being converted to a SNP25. That's a wrap token. Now, once it's a SNP25 and it exists over on Secret, nobody can see it. The only person who can see it is person who has access to this wallet, and that's you. Nobody else can see it. You can't even hit up anybody unless you have a specific hash that you could send a developer. If something was to go wrong here, there's dick you can do about it. There is absolutely nothing that you can do about it because they can't see the token. They're just going to kind of take your word for it. So there you go. We made it through the bridge. I approved the transaction. You saw that I had 25 Atom that was available to be traded over on Shade DAX. So let's take a look at where it is now. So if we want to say I wanted to provide liquidity into that pool and I click on my Atom, you can see, well, as soon as it refreshes, boy, it always does that. It takes a second. If I come over here to my Atom stake, Stride Atom, you can see that I've increased by 1 Atom. So it literally is a single click to get all this stuff down. So all of the big, it's so much work on Secret and you can't do it, and yeah, all that's gone now, guys. All right, you just saw it. One click, you're in business over here. The bridge is actually pretty good. So if you wanted to bridge something off from here, these are the chains that you can bridge from. And if you notice that top one right there, Ethereum, you can bridge Ethereum onto this now. Why more people aren't talking about it, or why anybody is not talking about this, is a little bit shocking to me, but you can bridge Ethereum. The last DEX that did this, that was able to manipulate any kind of Ethereum tokens, was SifChain. Big round of applause for SifChain. I'm sure you guys remember that, and that was via the Peggy bridge. Well, guess what? Shade can do it now. So right now they're only supporting Ethereum and Bitcoin, but that's just because those are the hotties right now, so of course they are. But if you wanted to bridge Ethereum, connect your MetaMask wallet, and you can bridge Ethereum, and it ends up over here. What I'm saying is that they are really moving fast with this DEX, and they are really building some great things on here. Now, personally, I told Bell we shouldn't talk about it. We give it away. All right, that's the thing with this show, and this is why Bell is broke, is because we give it all away. Anybody else that we're giving free advertising to all of these different things and different dexes, and they have to pay CryptoCito to do it. But we just give it away. The podcast just, yeah. We'll just let it rain because we think it's cool. But in this case, we do think it's cool. I think that they have something pretty neat going on over here. But you were asking about one specific pool, and that was what pool were you talking about here? Wow, that thing's up there. The Silk Jackal. So, yeah, look, man, if you want to deal with Jackal and you want to deal with it in a private element, obviously right here, man, you're going to get a pretty good deal because the slippage is extremely low. It's a big pool. This is, it's effectively double the size of Crescent, and it just went live. So I think it's a great thing, introducing a privacy token, not a privacy token, but a privacy focus ethos company such as Jackal, and to see them partnering up with a privacy focused chain like Shade. So I happen to think that that's a pretty good thing. But it's again, guys, look, man, it's real easy to bridge in and out of here. If you wanted to take some out, say you wanted to bridge out. So in this case, let's see, we want to go from secret, and it's going to be whichever token that we actually want to put up here, and I'll play around with it. I'll actually make you a step-by-step if you guys want to see it. But let's say that we wanted to go to Jackal. So in this case, we're on secret, and if we had any Jackal here, we have, 4,000. That's how hard it is to get it off. So I hit the bridge button, boom, it leaves secret. It is no longer secret Jackal. It's now visible Jackal, and it ends up in my Jackal wallet, which if I wanted to move on to Osmo would be as quick as saying deposit. So they're doing a good thing. I think it's really, really cool what they got going on over here. I'm glad that Jackal is getting more involved with them. I hope Shade gets more involved with Jackal. I think that these guys are natural allies. And, yeah, man, they just really cleaned up that DEX. It's hard for them to get traction. But the Ethereum and Bitcoin, which segues us wonderfully, Bell, and we're going to be talking about that in the third segment. It segues me wonderfully because Scott's a pragmatic investor. You guys are well aware of this. And right now, Scott has to get some Bitcoin. Not because I love it, not because I believe in it, not because I care about it, but because Scott can see the writing on the wall. So it seems like something that we should discuss here a little bit. And the Bitcoin that I'm buying is wrap Bitcoin, and it's ending up over on Shade because I'm getting a pretty good deal on that. Anyway, I hope that answered the question. I know this ran long. It's not usually what we do on Saturday. I just think it's really cool, man. That's really where it comes down to. Bell, carry on.
Two, what? No coupon code for the shoe leather whiskey?
Oh, yeah, I forgot about the coupon code. Well, I don't write them, Toot. I don't write the ads. But I bet you if you called old Uncle Milt and you said, hit me, you big silly ass, I bet he'll give you 3-4%. You know, we're a big deal. People don't talk about this enough, but we're a pretty big damn deal on YouTube. All right, I understand people think, people think that 15 viewers is not much. I'm telling you, it's a lot. There are 1,000 channels out there right now that would love to have 15 viewers on their live stream. So I've changed the bar for me. But yeah, you betcha. You know what, Uncle Mel, when I talk to him or when Bell talks to him and to get paid, and I think they're paying us like $8 a month for this. So we only have to do like 35 live reads, and that's $8. All right, that's money in your pocket. That's $8. But I bet if you talk to him, Bell, I bet you can give him hit him up with the coupon code. Come on, man. Look, if you're gonna go. If you're going to go into a coma from drinking really bad whiskey, you should be able to save a little money while you're doing it. That's just my thought. Carry on, Bell.
All right, Toot again regarding the app we're using. Did I miss the name of this product? What do we call this?
Oh, we don't have a name yet.
We're still kicking around the name. This is not easy.
No, we've entertained some. I like PC. I like the PC app. Private communications, but you can call it politically correct. You can call it whatever you want. FCIA, I think, or CIA would be pretty fun too. FY, I'm sure you could probably read between the lines on that one, Bell. FYCIA or whatever. No, we don't have a name for the app yet. We have no idea. But again, you're looking at it. it's on a borrowed back end right now, so we're gonna have some issues with it. But the fact that it's functional and the audio works right now, and wallet integration next week, I'm incredibly excited about this. I think it's cool. All right, one more, Bell, then we got to go to break.
All right, Shepdog chiming in saying, "Oh my, Belle looks radiant tonight." Thank you, Shepdog.
She would look better in high def. You know what? Why don't you ping Chi right now and ask him
I'm
what the hell's
actually,
going on? What am I paying you for, dude? All right, you got my money. Make it work.
I clicked the high def option on the app, and I haven't seen the video skipping, so it's still a little fuzzy, but not as bad as it was. So there's that.
You know what? Wake him up. I know he's in Singapore. I don't care. All right. If you take the king's coins, you do the king's bidding. And I want the shit awake right now and fix it. This was supposed to be my big day, Belle. I was so excited about this. I was talking it up on the Discord. I feel like such an asshole right now. I really do. I was so jazzed up for this. And yeah, it didn't quite work right. So that sucks. But what are you going to do? What we're going to do, podcasters, what we do when things are not quite going your way, or it's just not working out for you. Let me ask you something, guys. Let me ask you something here, podcasters. Do you ever feel, I need my sheet. Do you ever feel not quite like the man you used to be? Is your lady fair not as pleased with you as she once was? Have you been emasculated to the point of night sweats? In other words, are you the milquetoast man in this relationship? And if you don't know who the milquetoast man is, it's spelled with a Q. Look that up. Well, my friends, you're not alone anymore. It's a plague on mankind. But did you know that there's a solution? Something that will put the zippity back into your doodah. And that is just a simple phone call away. The solution, friends, is Mike the Gimp. Now, how does it work? I'm glad you asked, guys. I'm glad you asked, podcasters, because it is simple. All you have to do is text Mike, and Mike will show up and begin harassing your lady fair. Mike is rude. Mike is uncouth, and Mike will let you beat the hell out of him for a very reasonable fee while your lady fair watches it happen. Become the alpha male you once were and let Mike do the crying on your behalf. Kick him. Hit him hard. Make him apologize. All right? Mike will do it. And we promise that your lady will look at you with dewy eyes. Look at you with dewy eyes. Belle, let me see dewy eyes. Show me dewy eyes. She can't. Get back to her. She'll work on it during the break. They say they don't like things like that. Your ladies, she said, I don't like things like that. But our research says they do, and Mike agrees. So what are you waiting for, podcasters? Give Mike a call and tune him the hell up. He likes it. And don't forget the podcast coupon code. Hit me, you big silly ass, for 1.9% off of your order with Instant Alpha Mail. Do it right this second. I'm telling you, a lot of you really need this. Instant Alpha Mail, Mike the Gimp, just kick the shit out of him while everybody watches. You'll feel much better. Be right back, guys. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, cats and kittens, welcome back to the podcast. Thank you. So, round of applause or show of hands. Who really needs a visit from Mike the Gimp? I don't think you don't quite understand how fulfilling it is sometimes to just beat the hell out of somebody, and your lady is watching. You get to be the tough guy. You say you're sorry, and he does. Guys, come on, man. He'll do it for $50. $50. How much is 50? It's not that big a deal. That's what I'm saying here. Carry on, Bell.
All right. Omzen, is the bridge not just the Axelar over at Shade?
It gets a little bit sketchy when you're talking over here. So, I'm not going to sit here and say that there's no risk to this, because every single time that we bridge tokens, we are introducing a level of risk. All right, we are introducing a level of vulnerability. We are introducing vulnerability every single time that we do this. So, yeah, man, look, there's so many bridges and so many wraps and so many other things. Honestly, I would tell you I could say in good conscience that you could probably skip all of the vulnerability that you're going through over here, man, because you are introducing layer upon layer upon layer of vulnerability. Anytime you touch something like this, particularly over on Secret, man, look, you're taking a token and you're wrapping it. That's a level of vulnerability. And in this case, they're utilizing Axelar, another level of vulnerability. But we're not only bridging it to Axelar, then we're bridging it to a SNP 25. So you're talking about vulnerability after vulnerability after vulnerability. I just want to be honest with you guys. It's a race. It's always a race. Anytime you have this kind of technology, man, it's going to be the builders versus the hackers. And it's not like SNP 2020 was impenetrable, because SNP 20 got hacked. So, one could make the argument, yeah, but they learned from it. But it was learned on other people's money. So, again, in the interest of full disclosure, they don't pay us. I can say whatever the hell I want. But I've talked to the devs. I've been on board with them. I mean, we've talked back and forth. We email. I'm comfortable enough to commit percentage of my portfolio, not all of it, but I will commit a decent percentage of my own personal portfolio over there, because I happen to believe in it. But yeah, man, look, anytime that you're going from chain to chain to chain like this, man, there is a lot of vulnerability. Just be aware of it. So yeah, hope that answered the question. Bell, carry on.
G Torres, Shade use range pools? That's awesome if they do, in order to lower slippage on swaps.
Nope, they don't. Not to my knowledge. They are putting in, these are fixed pools, unless I am misunderstanding them, and I don't believe I am. Now, what they are using that kind of has a little bit of variance in there is Silk, believe it or not. So Silk is, in fact, a soft peg token. All right, it's designed to act at or near $1. I don't love that. I'm letting you know that right now. I do not like USK. I think USK is full of shit, because they've been up there for ever since inception. They say, nope, it's $1 peg. It's $1 peg. And then I got into some kind of Twitter feud with one of their fucking mouthpieces, and he's like, you need to read the documentation. You need to look at the code. It's soft peg. And I said, great, let's all look at the code. Oh, you can't do that. It's fucking closed source, dick. I just hate when people come at me like that, and you're pitching a product and you don't even know the fucking thing. The whole big problem with Kajira is the closed source, ass, and the fact that they're Terra people, ass. We all know what happened there. I'm just, oh God, it's Saturday. I don't want to do this right now. You know what I'm not going to do? I'm not going to get fired up on this. But Silk is, in fact, a soft peg. But they advertise it it acts at or near $1. Let's take a look. So if we were to take a Silk and we were to swap that Silk for a USDC at one, right now Silk is pegged at $1.05, and it'll pay us out to USDC at $1.06. So Silk is showing up over here at $1.05. USDC says it's worth $1.06. This is, in fact, a soft peg token. But let's compare this, because USK exists over here now. Let's see how it resonates with USK. Yeah, it's pretty much just online. But this Silk says it's worth $1.05, and USK says it's worth $1. So let's entertain this even further and see where USK is. And this is where the whole Twitter shit started. Because I come over here and look at USK and see that it's $1.06. You guys are swearing up and down it's a stable token. You can trust this. We're going to take care of your collateral, just like Terra took care of your collateral. The only thing USK has never done is traded at $1. It's never been $1. Now, I don't care if you guys disclose everything, if you open the code, if you show the source so we can track the collateral, but you won't fucking do that. You simply refuse, and you are lining up people right now that are going to defend it. Oh, no, it's their right to keep their closed source. Fine, then it's my right to call you out on your bullshit. I get it, man. USK or fucking Kajira is the flavor of the week. But we have seen this shit in crypto over and over, and I just have no interest in it. If there are alternatives, I'm going to go with your alternatives. It's a clunky DEX. It is tough to use. I have no personal issue with this. The big thing I have is the fact that it's closed source. You're offering a stable token, and I can't track the collateral. That's where I have my problem. I have the same problem with Silk and the fact that 58, what did Carter say? Carter was on the show. He admitted, he told it flat out. What is it? It's 58 to 60% of the collateral for Silk are LSDs. I have a monstrous problem with this. I have a huge problem. Carter has a problem with this. Jeremy has a problem with this. These are their biz dev guys. They have a problem with this. But right now it is what it is. If you don't like it, don't invest. That's really where it comes down, and that's what the guy said. So I happen to agree with that one, but USK, won't touch it, man. I have no interest in that because you guys are just a little bit more full of shit than a lot of the other people that are out here. So it's a personal thing for me. You do you, bro. Bell, please carry on.
Buckeye DK, is AMP going to blow?
No. Blow. You know what? I'll tell you what. Let me posit you a question. What do you mean by blow? Do you mean blow up? Because it already did that, son. You don't, that already occurred. Do you think it's going to blow to the moon? I would love to know how. There's something. Oh, God, you're going to ask me that right after I start barking at Kajira? That's great, Belle. I appreciate you timing that question while I'm nice and calm and can discuss this reasonably and rationally. I appreciate that. Is it going to blow? You know what, man? For all intents and purposes, it's a meme. All right, there's 100 billion tokens out there right now. Your dev team is dumping on you left and right. Everybody who is up there is just sucking the will and the life out of the investor. One of the ways that you can really see this real good, and I understand you guys are on a high right now because Bitcoin got a little bit of a pump, but that's where you are. That's a 90-day chart of AMP. All right, nobody wants to be invested in that. And if you do want to be invested in that, I think we need to talk offline, but I will bring a therapist with me because that is masochism right there, man. You like it. You're like Bill Murray in Little Shop of Horrors. Can't wait to go to the dentist and get your teeth drilled with no Novocaine. That's a rough life right there. What would it take to really blow it out? I don't know, an SDK, a white paper, actually having a use, being what you were designed to be, or becoming a fiat off-ramp. On-ramp and on-ramp or off-ramp. I think that there's a path for AMP, and I think that's exactly what the path should be, fiat, on-ramp, and off-ramp. The problem is that Alchemy Pay beat you to it, and you guys spent a year and a half laughing at them about it. Oh, that's not going to work. It's stupid, and now they're everywhere. They are absolutely everywhere. You guys want to see it? I'm going to show you a tiny little obscure DEX here. Odds are good most people haven't heard of it because I think I'm the only one who invests over here. But this is a tiny little do-nothing obscure DEX for a tiny little AI token. It's just not a big deal over here. That's what I'm saying. It's so under the radar. I see people talking up and down about virtually everything except this DEX. People just 100% avoid it, and I think the pools are excellent. I mean, Arai Atom at 91%. It's a circular firing squad over here. They continue to not dump their token on the on top of their investors. The damn thing's sitting at $2.95 right now. It's fantastic. But that's not what we're talking about. What we're talking about is that little button that says buy ORAI. So say I wanted to buy $100 worth of it, and it's going to get me 31.81. That's great. I'm going to pay $4.39 for a ramp fee and 30 cents for a network fee for a $100 transaction. My goodness. But what happens if I actually do click the buy now button? Where does that go? You guys see that thing right there on the bottom? You see where it says powered by Alchemy Pay? Do you see that? Bell, do you see it? I know you're
I
on a
do.
delay, but you do see that, right? Powered by Alchemy Pay.
Yes, I pay
Yeah.
attention, so I know what
So
you're talking about. I've seen it.
so all of the shit that I've been talking about for the last 18 months about what AMP should be doing, they didn't do, but Alchemy Pay did. That's really where it comes down to. Why am I not seeing powered by Flexa? Why am I not seeing powered by AMP? Why am I not seeing that anywhere? You're not. You got the Spend app. You can buy Dunkin' Donuts and movie tickets if you want to use Bitcoin to pay for it, or any number of tokens that people are not going to trade to buy movie tickets. I wish you the very best of luck, but unless they do a heavy pivot, babe, it's going to bleed, man. It'll act like a meme token. It'll act like a crypto, but it's not going to act like a very successful one. So you do you. Hope you like the answer. I know you didn't, but here we are. Bell, carry on.
Gustav Smith hit us with a $20 super chat saying 1 unit of old shoe leather, please.
1 unit. Gustav, $20 will get you like 4.5 gallons of Uncle Milt's old shoe leather whiskey. I think we should both get to it, and we'll just put a big jug. It comes in a jug with 3 X's on it. You guys remember that from the cartoons? It comes in a big-ass jug with 3 X's on it, and we'll just start hitting it until one of us dies. You got to admit, man, we're going to play Uncle Milt's old shoe leather whiskey roulette. So I'll do a shot, you'll do a shot, and we'll just keep going until one of us dies. That's the way to go out right there, Belf. You know what? And it has formaldehyde in it, so you're already embalmed when you hit the ground. It's great, man. Uncle Milt thought of everything. Carry on, Bell.
Yeah, I am not going to be on medic duty that day, just saying. All right. G Torres, how much is Mike's service? The service sounds very therapeutic.
$50 during the week, Monday to Friday, and $60 on the weekends. But if you happen to request a service and you're near a restaurant, you got to buy him a quesadilla. I don't know why a quesadilla. He said, you got to buy me a quesadilla. So be near a restaurant and hook him up, man. Quesadilla, it'll make him happy. It'll return business, man. That's how Mike stays in it. Keep it going, Bill.
Buckeye DK, will the Gov choose tokens to use in the Prometheum system?
Man, you're getting into some. Wow, it's a Saturday night stream. Hit me up on Tuesday, dude. Hit me up on Tuesday when I'm a little bit more sober, and we'll talk this to death. That is really starting to get into my wheelhouse. It's what I like to talk about, but we really. We kind of tiptoe around it. We're a Cosmos channel, man. You got to stay loose, and you have to stay loose and vague. That seems to be the way Cosmos is. Adam will go to $18 because I know it will. That's what we're supposed to talk about here, not actually popping into some of the other stuff. But hit me up on Tuesday, dude. I'll be a lot more sober. We'll have a very good discussion about that. Bell, carry on, please.
Omzen, I hear you on the risks associated with wrap tokens. I do believe Axelar is very eager to fix all vulnerabilities, not to mention the LSD vulnerabilities. Haha. I like shade decks and farm a tiny bit.
Yeah, you know what? I'm gonna go ahead and just paint a big ass target on my chest again because I'm indifferent and I'm a little bit tight tonight. All right, guys, we got 2 different kinds of bourbons up here. This was the flavor tonight, by the way, is Whistle Pig, and this is their 10-year rye. Quite good, by the way, if you can find it. But we've since pivoted to Rocktown Apple Juice, bottled in bond, and that's one of my personal favorites. I'm sorry. Say the question one more time, Belle. But I'm getting. I promise you, I'm paying attention now.
Yeah, that comment from Omzen was, I hear you on the risks associated with wrap tokens. I do believe Axelar is very eager to fix all vulnerabilities, not to mention the LSD vulnerabilities. Ha! I like shade decks and farm a tiny bit.
All right. I had to mention the booze again because I'm a little bit tight, but I'm a highly functional alcoholic, and you're welcome. The best bridge that was ever made in crypto, and I'm talking all of crypto, that's everything. The best bridge that was ever made in crypto, the safest, the most reliable, and the most efficient was the Peggy Bridge. Now, who remembers where the Peggy Bridge is? I'll tell you what, whoever can tell me who had the Peggy Bridge, which chain had the Peggy Bridge, we will give you 1 month of Jackal storage And that's on us. So just hit up Belle. She will send you the Jackal tokens, and we'll pay for a month of Jackal storage for you. And by the way, you're welcome, but you have to tell me who had the Peggy Bridge. But after that, Gravity Bridge and Axelar are way, way up there. I mean, they're good bridges. I'm not saying that they're foolproof because any bridge can be cracked. But Axelar and Gravity Bridge are both way, way up there. They didn't have the finesse of Peggy. Peggy was an awesome bridge. My God, how could they screw that project up so bad when you had a bridge that good? But yeah, they're both quite good. As long as you're staying away from Nomad and a couple of these other ones. And Toot's gonna hate it, man. But there's ADA Bridge that I just despise, man. That thing's got glaring holes all over it. But yeah, no, you need to be aware of it, guys. Everyone, we all seem to tap dance around that everything in crypto is perfect, and it isn't, man. It is a constant war out here between developers and hackers. Everybody's looking to exploit every damn thing, and as soon as they do, you end up on my ticker down here. You know, the Axelar bridge has been exploited for $2.8 million worth of USDC. You just need to be aware of the risks, and that's kind of what we do here is we point them out. It's not a popular type of discussion, but just be aware of it. I mean, even in stable tokens, even on that, man, I'm diversified to hell and gone in my stable tokens because I'm not going to have another UST. I simply can't. So, yeah, there's going to be risk and vulnerability on everything. But for what it's worth, yes, Axelar is a very good bridge with terrible tokenomics. Absolutely god-awful tokenomics. I will use the bridge. I would not buy the token. But you do you, and not financial advice. Belle, carry on, please.
All right, Strike actually chiming in first with the answer of Sif Chain. And Fair Daddy says, Scott, share the booze.
Share the booze. Dude, come on over, babe. You know what? Fair Daddy, I think it's very important for somebody who's recovering from their second stroke to just get lit up. And you know what, dude? We got to do it, man. We got to do it. We're going to be doing blockchain in a bar next month. And obviously, you got to get healthy, dude, because you're our AV for that one. So we're going to be doing a live show at Lefty's in Des Moines, Iowa. I'm setting aside 10 grand to cater everything and to throw money on the bar and just get lit. So it's all on me if you guys can make it to Des Moines. Blockchain in a bar, big live show, powerful. Fair Daddy's powerful $40,000 cameras, lots of angles. Scott in a lapel mic. I mean, we're gonna have a real good time. But yeah, dude, you got to get healthy. But that's the place for us to do this, dude. I'll bring in real bourbon because I don't know Lefties, but there's no way they have top shelf. Not that kind of top shelf. Not the stuff I like to drink. So yeah, man, let's do it. I'm ready for it, Fair Daddy. And Striker, congratulations. We cannot enforce you to buy Jackal storage with this, but we're going to take you, assuming that you're a gentleman, and we'll use the tokens for what we intended them for. Belle, carry on.
That was actually the last bit for the evening.
Well, that is just fantastic because we're like 2 minutes over time. I'm going big screen here, Belle. Guys, I appreciate you joining us tonight. Look, I'm wearing the Stormtrooper cufflinks. I was ready to fight tonight. And the only thing I'm really fighting about anymore is USK. That's the only thing that really gets me riled up. I mean, well, USK and AMP. That poor chain. They're gonna, you know what? They're gonna catch a mini pump, and people are just gonna dogpile back into this thing and just get absolutely wrecked again because it's just happening over and over and over. I feel so bad for that community, but you know what? Again, you do you, man. I'm not here to tell you how to spend your money. You go ahead and spend it any way that you see fit. You're a grown up. You can make your own decisions. I appreciate you guys joining us tonight. This seems to be a regular occurrence with us now. We never get to actually talking about what I wanted to talk about. I got to mention Shade a little bit, but man, we haven't even touched on my whole pivot into Bitcoin and the fact that I'm actually starting to buy Bitcoin. But I'm buying it very specifically, very specific amounts in very specific places. BlackRock, that ETF is going to happen, man. And it's going to change altcoins, not the way you think it is. People are, we just assume Bitcoin goes up. Adam does too. It's not true. All right, man, we're starting to get into a Bitcoin dominance point. And this is such a big name player that's going to be entering this space, man. It is going to savage altcoins, very specific altcoins, man, are just going to get hammered in here. So I thought it would be okay for me to discuss my strategy and what I'm doing going forward in this and show you the trades because that's what we do here. So we'll have to pick that up on Tuesday. I'm sorry we can get it tonight, man. It's Saturday night. I like to have fun. This is me having fun, by the way. I'm a funny guy. I'm very lots. All right, Bell. Look, man, I'm all done with this. Talk us up, talk us out. Guys, sorry the video quality was bad on the app, but it functions. So give me a break. All right, I'd rather use this with bad quality than use anything else with good quality. Bell, talk us up. Get us out of here.
All right. Again, ladies and gentlemen, those of you who joined us tonight, we cannot say thank you enough. We do appreciate each and every one of you guys. We appreciate the comments and questions that you guys throw our way. Keep those coming. Now, we are going to be back on Tuesday at our normal time of 6 p.m. Central Standard. If in between now and then you guys have any comments, questions, or concerns, definitely don't hesitate to shoot Scott or myself an email, scott@thepodcast.com or bella@thepodcast.com, and we'll get those answered for you. Again, we cannot say thank you enough, and we'll see you next time.
We are dropping new videos and podcasts every Sunday, Tuesday, and Thursday. And be sure to look for us on Instagram, Twitter, and Parler at ThePodocasts. Also, visit our page at ThePodocasts.com, all one word, for all of our most current content.